what would you say was the first moment you felt like you started to get some good recognition in the city?
Some good recognition. Well, it depends of what side, because I feel like there's really two sides to this shit.
Yeah.
There's, let me say, the cool kids, and then the underdogs or the outcasts.
Yeah.
Like if I had to category, like put them in categories.
Yeah.
But I've always been cool with the outcasts. I've always been Kurtis Numb. Like in 2022, I think it was. I remember doing shows and people getting off stage and people like, I heard your last album and it made me feel this way and I relate with you. Can I get a picture with you? And it was like stuff like that happening where I performed at a Sweet 16. I got invited to perform for a bunch of 16-year-olds or just crazy shows. Like the love I've been getting like face to face, I've always gotten. I get recognized, but when it comes to the cool kids, that shit didn't start to the Aurora album.
Oh, okay.
If I have to be honest.
You dropped that last year, right?
Yep, that was last year. The beginning of last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking because you just turned 24. But anyways, so I know you just bring that up as far as the cool kids and the outcasts. So I have two questions on that because before the interview you said that in high school, you felt like you weren't necessarily popular like a lot of these rappers
right.
may be. So talk about that a little bit, and then I want to ask you the status that comes up every month of only the popular rappers getting noticed in Colorado. I want your opinion on that. But first, talk about that as far as like you in high school maybe not being as popular as a lot of rappers in the city. Is that how you feel?
Yeah. So basically, like me within school, I was known for football. Like if you're on a football team, you might know who I was. But I didn't have a big group of friends. I didn't have a bunch of people know who I was. When I started rapping, I got clowned. Nobody supported me. Even my grandma was like, maybe you should just be a writer. Like no support from anybody in my family. So it's like when I see how like I watch these interviews and stuff, and it's like, damn, that person had love from their friends, from their family. Nobody was clowning them. They believed in them from the jump. We're seeing what kind of connections they had just from knowing them, just from knowing somebody who had a studio or knowing somebody who had beats, to where it made it so easy for them. But for me, it was like I had nobody. I was a sad kid that was by myself, always falling out with friendships. I've lost so many groups of friends. It's crazy. To where it was like I had to figure this shit out myself. I spend bread. Like, you can't. I haven't built a relationship with anybody in this music industry without paying them. Like dead ass. Whoever you see around, except for maybe the homie Lawrence, I am paying that person. So, shit. What was the question again?
The next question was the popular status that comes up every month. Where people are like,
I remember.
Colorado only supports the popular artists. They don't support the talent. What's your opinion?
Right. Actually, I just lost my train of thought. I'm not gonna lie, but I want to go back to where I was. But for me, I was feeling like, man, I'm grinding. I'm working my ass off to get to just somebody to like my post. Like I'm spending so much money to get somebody to like my post. Like I said, I didn't realize I was doing everything wrong. But at the time, it was like, man, like that shit kind of bugs my soul. And then I'm seeing these people who it's like, they drop a song and it blows the fuck up and the song has no content. It's not about shit. There's no story to it. The video is just them in the video. I'm like, I put so much more thought behind my shit. Why isn't my shit getting the same recognition? I'll answer that question a little bit later. But so it went from that to where I was one of those people who was every other month I should be on this list. It took until I had to learn about my marketing. I had to really pay attention to how I was releasing my shit. My goal at first was strictly controversy. Like, I'm gonna drop some shit to piss y'all off. I'm gonna piss you the f off. Like, that was my whole goal. I'm not gonna lie. But I would drop some shit like that to get a bunch of attention, but then the shit I drop after is like running low on numbers because they don't really care unless it's controversy. At least when I say they, the cool kid category don't really give a fuck unless there's controversy. That fan base. So what I gotta say to that is, I felt like when I got over it, when I stopped looking at it like, oh, they're just the cool kids. No, it's just how they market themselves. You got to market yourself differently. You want to be in that area. You want to be seen by those people. Then be more entertaining. Right. Be seen. Find ways to market yourself to where that audience is gonna with your music. Right. Otherwise, move. You know, that's just what's in Colorado. You know, that's kind of like I said with the Aurora album. I kind of wanted to push towards that. But
no, yeah, there's some creative.
What and before? Sorry, not to cut you off. And before the Aurora album. Actually, I was making I was making noise with my videos and stuff, still doing like the rock shit, like the Stop Me Now video when I had groups of people fake fighting each other. That was the first video I got. Yeah. Right, that was the first video I had that was reacted by No Jumper. You know, that was getting shared by A-Stacks commenting on the shit. Somebody who you would think would hate me because of some shit of a song, The Echo. So it's like I learned that it's you. If you want the attention, you want to be seen, then do something to be seen. Stop dropping some basic shit. Don't look at an artist and be like, oh, I could do that, and then do the exact same shit and be mad that you're not getting the attention that artist has. Right. Do something different. So that's my best advice for that. Like, I used to feel them, but then I had to get out that box. Right. It was like, that's a bad mentality to be in. That's hate. Right. You can't envy people.